Thank you. A relentless 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. Who would like to recap our last session for a point of inspiration? A lot happened.
A lot
Gotta
did
find my
happen.
notes.
I'll take it if no one else will.
No, I was just finding my notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ted do this one for the detailed summary.
Well, just remember that anything that Torek did not witness will not be included in this summary. So if there was something that happened on the side, both Torek and I are unaware of it.
Which I think was the back half of, I think, the last quarter of sessions. So we'll see what happens.
Probably, possibly, yeah. We got our guides, Vil and Bjorn. Bjorn, not Bjorn, there's no J. An Eladrin and a Centaur are our guides. Good thing we have guides, since this place is no easier to navigate than Ullerith. It's cold, and Heza is ranting about pixies and something else. I legitimately have no idea what that's in reference to.
I rolled a
Can't,
nat 20 on a knowledge check about a specific kind of fairy, I think. That's
I'm
all.
scratching my brain trying to remember.
no,
I
because
believe you.
because that's actually the next. I think I know what you're talking about. That's the next part of
Oh,
notes where we found the group of orphans of the black
yes, yes.
that shadowed us for a
Oh,
bit.
yeah, those are the
Yeah.
ones that I don't know what I was on about pixies.
There's more pixies later.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, the pixies later was Inks's fucking big adventure
yeah.
going to get shithoused at a wedding.
We yeah, we never actually fought the orphans of the black or anything. They followed us for a while. They are the human kids who found their way into the Feywild, got caught up in the magic. Some of them are the kids that are taken and then replaced with changelings. So that's
Whee!
that's fun.
Yay!
Only other excitement was Ink's finding an Almirage, one of those unicorn rabbits, which turned
Oh my
into
god, yeah.
lots
Oh
and
yeah.
lots of unicorn rabbits. Even though we were staying in Ulvius's tea house, as we traveled for the most part, um, we just kept finding more and more and more of them
Yeah.
waiting for us every time we went outside. We also found a beautiful, beautiful field of flowers on the 27th question mark of Myrtle. Looked like they glowed at night like stars, and some of us wanted to camp out, but then Ulvius had to be a big baby about it, so we all stayed in the tower.
Hmm.
I believe it was going to be Pakareva, myself, and Finny camping out, but Ulvius
Politely suggested.
was a party pooper and got us into the tower. Then, as we were traveling the next day, what did I just step on? There was smoke in the air before we even saw the spirits bursting into flames. There was, I forget what they were called. Did I write it down?
The nymphs.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I wrote down their name later, because some of this is in like stream of consciousness from Torque. Yeah, Finny did some magic that made the whole meadow into a swamp, which sent the fire nymphs running. So at least the Almirage won't get burned. Godric seems to have broken, and then Godric broke whatever magic bonded them to Inks. I believe one of them is still traveling with us. I say
Uh,
with Inks.
Emotionally bonded, but is
Yes.
not. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is not traveling with us, but is emotionally bonded. Is waiting.
Not currently in harm's way is
Yeah.
the important part.
We made it to the tree line, but the heat was like we made it to the other side of the now swamp, previous meadow. but some were exhausted by the effort of getting there. You got to keep moving. Vil and Bjorn say we're coming upon some sort of a place called the Dueling Grounds, a place where people try to increase their status, but doing so outside of the correct season risks losing status. And basically, people try to increase their status here so that they can be seen by the higher ups of the court, who cannot see you if your status is not high enough. I think there was stuff after that, but again, Torek did not write any of that down.
The wedding.
Yeah. Anyone else want
Yeah,
to
The red
bounce
caps
in?
and
Torek-
the
Torek did not see the wedding.
yeah.
I didn't partake in the merrymaking at the back end of it, but I did hunt Inks down when Inks went for a little wander into they might have been quicklings. I know one of them tried to fucking steal from me, and I caught him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I caught him, and then I fucked with them and like made fun of them over their shoulder to the other ones that were watching.
Yeah, it went over well for you, fortunately. Yeah. With your rest having been completed and your walk towards Senelise taking you to the dueling arcade. Let me double check my days. Ted, this is the fourth day of travel since arriving in the Fae. Is that right?
Oh boy.
I can do the math too.
No, I got it. I mean, I can confirm. I mean, not since arriving in the Feywild, no. Because
Right.
4 days. This was our fourth day traveling from shoot, where we met the
Sleepwallow?
Court of Sleetwallow.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay. My notes
While
are correct. My reading of them was wrong.
while we're here, I will. The features the same, other than the hair is completely white. The eyes are the like more purplish for the natural, and the skin tone is that like kind of changeling white.
Okay. You're
My
taking on a
I'm very clearly displaying what I am. I'm just leaving all of the actual like facial features in place.
yeah, the curation of Haza as a face still exists. You've just palette
Yes.
swapped her.
I worked a lot on this face.
Yeah.
Haza shopped around for the parts of this face.
It's funny how much work Haza put into making the perfect like heroine face, and Godric was just born.
Yeah, look, it's okay.
Male privilege.
It's also like whenever anybody bitches, whenever Haze like gets rid of her hair so that it doesn't like catch on fire and stuff, and it was like, oh, must be nice. Like, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay. All right. As you approach the large structure that is the dueling arcade, what you see kind of looks like a roadside pit stop, like a like a small casino town. Um, there is lodgings available here that you do not see a lot of like foot traffic around currently, um, but the buildings are all circling what is very clearly a tree of mystical import. Part of its uh, themes in its bark sort of are pooling in a sap that almost looks kind of silver-ish as it runs down the seams of the bark and over green leaves. Just sort of melting back into the soil in a very uh, in a way that once your attention falls on it, you find your eyes trailing these little rivers for a little too long before you begin to snap back out into um, this square that you are in. And as you gain your bearings, the cobbled stones beneath your feet, the wood and plaster buildings, even like log lodgings around as well. Um, you are a little shocked by how desolate it feels. You only see as you are approaching. There's one other person who's like on the road up to the square as you are headed, and then you also, as you are getting closer, hear the sound of a viol being played in a very like long and drawn melody of some melodrama. Um, your group, as they pace up to the square, begin to overtake this other traveler on the road, and you see um, a hulking bearfolk person, bordering on the 7 foot tall, grizzled with gray and brown like cave bear fur, standing on hind legs and wrapped in plaited fabrics, um, and armaments. This person is also carrying a very large axe that is clearly made with care and appears to be of ancient craftsmanship. Um, he sort of sniffs your entire group as you begin to pass. And as you pass, I will allow if anyone would like to interact with this person.
I sniff him back.
You want to make a perception check?
Perception.
If you also want to let Pekareva make one, if she has like keen senses, I'll let
He
you do
really
that.
does, actually.
Hmm.
But she has fat.
I'll let her roll, or I'm okay if you want to let her give you like help.
She's gonna share with me whatever she gets telepathically anyway. So boom, 16.
Okay.
I was
As
I was halfway through the clicks. I wasn't gonna cancel out.
as you kind of trot past, you definitely can tell that this person is from the material plane, not only by smell but sight. Um, uh, but Pakreva lets you know that she smells something weird and acrid and familiar, and the sort of like familiar image that she delivers to you, to kind of relate that to you, to relate the thought, is that of the crew of the Blight Force mechanical soldiers, crusaders, or crusades, army. Like you can, and when she describes that, you can smell like some of that acrid, weird, like goo that came out of their pre bodies when they were cracked open.
Yep, I have one of those still.
Yeah.
Couple of them. I won't say anything to the bear folk as we pass, but once we get past him, not definitely not far enough where he can't hear us. Just think that guy's been fighting the Crusaders. Smells like this crap, and I will like hit one of the cores that is in Pakareva's, like in the pack that Pakareva has strapped to her.
I mean, do we go ask him about it then?
Do we care enough? I mean, we can.
I mean, I guess it would let us know. I don't know. We know kind of some places they're attacking, but if they're throwing stuff at the Feywild, that would be good to know.
I'm sorry, Crusaders?
Yeah, they're metal people.
I I was honestly going to ask if that was the name for the Sealy, but metal
No.
people.
Yeah, we could show you the body later. Well, the pieces. Uh,
So you think that guy was one of them, or was fighting them, or
Oh no, it's definitely not one of them. Because they're not flesh and blood.
not even on the outside?
Nope. Metal, wood, magic, and goo. And then the goo's on the inside. But
Ooh. She nods sagely.
uh, I guess I'll just stop, and then when the bear guy gets close, I'll just drop one of the cores out of my pack on the ground.
Just drop it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
hey
Oh
there.
no, I'm being very blatant about it. Like, punk. Like this is not a.
Hi.
Oops, I dropped this. Let me be subtle. Come on now.
Nice.
but not like a threat, right?
Oh no. Just
Right. Okay.
been dealing with these.
Also, nice to meet you.
His hunched back sort of rolls up, and even though his head never reaches like the center of his shoulders, he clears that 7 foot as soon as he is up. And
We're looking way up. Absolutely no concern or shame on his face at all.
A rare
he had
moment where
city fall
Torg,
on you earlier.
a rare moment where Torg and his neck is craning in the same direction
In the
for
same
one
direction.
at the same time.
I level with
Monsters have
Finny.
been- Yeah. These monsters have been a plague upon the moonlit glades for the better part of a year. Where did you find that? Are they here? And as he speaks very sternly, uh, without the intention, like again, without making the threatening motions, you can tell that he is arming himself, and he is bristled and prepared.
Not here.
We killed those fuckers back in what was that place? Baxium Tower.
Well,
What land was that in?
the Underdark under the Baxium Tower.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Baxium Tower's in the Underdark. What was the place we went near? This is embarrassing that I, the map keeper, can't remember.
Yeah, that's on you. That was like 3 creepy places ago.
Yeah, that is my defense. Is we did spend an unknown amount of time in a
Yeah.
city under the desert. So, anyway, the answer is no, not here.
Yeah.
We did take out a bunch of them. I got a lot more of those.
Good. Then we are enemies of the same enemy. He drops without trying to soften his fall to one knee, and the earth shakes under him. And he holds out a heavy, scarred paw with the claws of which each one finger, many of them broken, but hard and ready for battle. He goes to shake your hand.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
Yeah.
I can hold on. I can fix some of that. Hold on. I don't know if I can
Gorval.
actually.
He'll give you his name.
I don't know if curing wounds on him would actually fix the broken fingers, but you know what? I'll try it. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure. I think you have divine magic that is creation magic. Some of this.
Upcast. Ooh, upcast did not go well.
Some of this, I think, will go the distance of strengthening what part of what he has left, and the claws are sort of remade and healthy again. He introduces himself as Gorvalk, or or some son. and he says that he is traveling to Senelise as the ambassador of the Moonlit Glades. My people have been under siege. We have seen the end of the invading force, but much of our wilds have been destroyed. And if there is creatures that know of how to make the wild return, it would be that of the Fae.
You said
He's
Moonlit
here.
Glade, correct?
Yeah, the Moonlit Glades.
To be honest, we approached you because common enemy, and we
Not that we
wanted
knew
to
that.
know. Well, yeah, we hoped that we had a common enemy, but we also wanted to know, I guess, how wide their incursions are. We've noted them on at least 2 different continents, I believe, or at least 2 different coasts.
Uh,
We're originally from the Sword Coast, by way of Luskin. Although we didn't run into them in Luskin, they were making their
No.
way to Waterdeep, and we fought them south of
he
that. No, north of that.
We heard of them. Yeah, we fought them, but then we heard of them from that other adventuring group. I don't remember what their
Light's
name was.
Blade.
Thank you.
No, that's not right. Hold on. I have that
No,
right.
It was like
it's something
something like
hand,
that.
right?
Might be the Hand of Light or
Hold on.
something.
Hand of light. Hand of light.
Hand
Yes,
of Light. That's
got
it.
it.
Yep.
Thank you, Cody.
Yeah, I remember them. Well, what's left of them? We found one of them
Right.
as he was standing.
uh, he describes that in his quest to come to the Fae, he has followed some of the uh, trail of these soldiers and says, I have seen that they have cut down before the soldiers who bear blue tabards with a bleeding knife. And anyone can make me a history check about that. See if you know what place that is.
I don't think. Actually, no. Finney used to live close to where, around that, at some point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe that rings a bell.
Yeah. I
I
will
think
say, Finney, it's kind of a long shot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
everything's
but
lining up so far, knowledge-wise.
DC 15 feels about is fair for this. The some of the major cities on the Sword Coast, most of you guys can identify by sight or have a passing familiarity with. This is Daggerford,
Oh,
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because if
I
it
don't.
was literally any other city, I think that would have just been a no.
So he describes that he has at least seen that these creatures have killed in the wilds people who were probably patrols or guards that were from Daggerford. But that he and his people managed to defend their territory well enough.
a strange request. Would you describe one of these things? Was there only one kind, or were there more than one?
They were of fair uniform make, as metal-clad soldiers without soft human underbellies.
But all
Uh,
of the same size and, I suppose, same kind of weapons.
yeah. He doesn't. He clearly doesn't have a grasp of
Yeah.
how these things come about or what they are by nature, but he isn't stupid.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I intend to enter Senalis once I have made my mark here, and ask for assistance from perhaps one of the Archfey who need good deeds to keep on their ledger. And he says that he will be at the arcade if anyone should choose to seek him out for any reason. Anything else you'd like to ask him before he goes to find lodging?
Yeah, I'll ask. So you intend to fight in the arcade?
He nods and his whole upper body kind of shakes with the whole gesture.
I smile and very visibly nudge Godric in like the ribs. Lean over, whisper, that'd be a good one for you.
Uh, what are you referring to?
To fight. Like, look at him.
Oh, the dueling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm.
Wait, what did yeah, okay.
Do I just like walk up to him or like?
Well, when you just yeah, and then shake shake his hand and I guess just challenge him.
I mean, what if he doesn't want to be challenged?
Uh,
Got he's standing.
Hey,
He's standing right here.
Hey
Still.
Gorvalk, we are some of us are actually going to be going over there fairly soon, if not now, to get some dueling done as well. Are you? I guess we don't really know how it works either, but if there are challenges, are you open to challenges?
He takes another very deep sniff and regards all of you, and he says, "Should it be honorable?"
uh,
Uh, he
uh,
he will take a challenge if he believes you to be of an equal match.
Interesting. Okay.
uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Where did you say your people were that they were that the Crusaders were coming for you? Like Misty Forest, Unicorn Run, Ivor's would you, I mean you said the dagger on the blue livery. Is that near you?
Uh, he says it's about a 4 days travel from where he lives, and he
Technic-
calls the place that he is from the Moonlit Glades.
Okay. Okay. Um
and is it dueling season right now?
He shakes his head, and reports, "It may be better for my time to wait until such season is announced, but that could be weeks, months, possibly years."
Well, then isn't this whole thing kind of? I mean, who decides who gets the favor?
It is a known truth of the land. Engaging in these small contracts is engagement on the terms of the wilds. Those who win, the land knows who has won.
Right. So a duel is a duel. Even if out of season you'll gain standing, but if anyone finds out, not so good. Am I getting this clear?
He nods. And Vil, your guide, I almost said tour guide,
Poor guy.
uh, says that um, uh, though often the law of the land is at peace with the law of Our Lady, it is still that she wishes to maintain a spirit of dependability. Again, even though there is not an announcement that there is a dueling season, you can get caught by the law, basically. But that's only if you get caught. So
We are really good at getting caught. Is the problem?
it does happen.
It's like our primary skill is getting caught doing things.
And our secondary skill is talking ourselves out of it.
No, our secondary
You're
skill is
right.
talking ourselves into it.
Mhm.
We are talking ourselves into trouble we could have avoided. We have done that several times.
What an interesting observation, Ted. I don't think you're wrong per se. Okay. Any more questions for Gorvalk, or would you like to proceed to the arcade?
I guess before we go there, do we want to get like the lay of the land? Just figure out what all is here.
Yeah, maybe check out the lodgings and see where we're gonna set up for the night
Or at
before,
least like
and
this
maybe
part of
some.
town, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I totally forgot. I had this in my notes, but so the Moonlit Glades are in a place called hold on, Mistledale.
Mistledale.
It's a
I
little alpine place that is south and east of Daggerford, but cold in its little climate.
my brain is gonna edit this to Fantasy Scotland is the problem.
You should just go
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Fantasy. You said like vaguely Celtic
Yeah.
kind of.
He certainly bears that tradition of like the Celtic nomadic look and appearance for sure. All right. I think I can put you guys on a map. Well, put your tokens on a map. Uh, and for reference, can you guys see my ping, right? Okay.
Yep.
I've got Gorvalk over here. He'll head over to a place where there appears to be lodgings. Um, so, as far as buildings go, you can see again there is inns and public houses pretty much everywhere of a variety of level of class. The lowest kind of just being a longhouse where you can drop 2 copper and be in a bunk amongst possibly many other people. But as far as you can see, not any occupants. Um, there is a uh, food hall near the longhouse, actually, and then a small shrine, as well as what might be like an administrative building of some kind for whatever that might mean here. Um, and as you are getting closer to this circle of buildings, the veal once again catches your attention. You see amongst the broad emptiness of this place is one person, a dark elf who is sitting or standing, apologies, almost busker like under the tree and performing, and just with the blankest, most glazed over expression ever, just
Oh
playing
no.
and playing
Mm.
very well.
Oh, thoughts.
What?
I don't know. Look at the guy. Might be another one of those dancing in place, but not in frozen tundra with bleeding feet. Just nice
Well,
veal.
then this time we know not to fuck with it. Let
Yeah,
him.
I mean, I'll wave and see if the eyes even even catch.
They actually do, and when they do, they you can see that these eyes are looking at the party. Make me an insight check.
Oh, I'm not the one for this. Nope.
You know what? You're making kind of a big gesture. I'll let anyone make this roll if they would like to. Let's see why not.
Damn.
Hey.
Uh, okay. Anyone else?
I
Nah,
can.
Torque is unconcerned.
All right, Olvius, you don't have to make this roll.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh,
That's a great sign.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know
Knowing
this spell.
Olvius' specialty, that's
Yeah.
not concerning in the slightest.
Inks, you recognize that this person not only has clocked your group just kind of categorically, but his eyes dropped to like the low level where like you and Olvius and Toric are, and he's recognized something. But then he very willfully moves back into the performance stare that he was doing before.
I mean, it seems like he's in there, so that's good.
Good times. Where are we staying?
I'm
Where does
gonna walk
everybody
up to
wanna
him.
stay?
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
god, this is how we
yep.
got in trouble the first time. Okay.
Yeah, it's not me this time though.
Yeah,
Hi.
Finny will also follow Olvius.
What you
Uh,
playing?
he looks down at you, Olvius, and he says, "A minor concerto of my own composition. What in all God's names are you doing here?" You do
You,
not know this man's name. You only recognize his face. You remember meeting him. He does not look like he has aged since then. You met him prior to the um, delivery that you have been working with for as long as you have.
Okay.
You never heard from this person again. Um, and why that matters is because you expected him to be the point of contact for the rest of this. This is who you have been looking to find or waiting to show up for a hot minute.
Gotcha. And like I don't I didn't clock that initially. Now that I've walked up to him and we've exchanged some words and he's asked what I'm doing here, am I putting all this together at like in the moment?
I think that would be about like I think that you've got the wits to frame
Mhm.
it however intelligently you'd like to.
Mhm.
But I think with the time and with all of the things that have happened since then, it
Mhm.
might taking a beat for it to click kind of makes sense too.
Mhm. Okay.
You work with a lot of drow. This could be anybody, but the veal is a tell.
uh well it's a lovely song. How long do you plan on staying out here playing it?
He looks up at the sky, charting some celestial something or other, uh, and looking up doesn't tell you anything.
Mhm.
And he says, "Once some of the guests have retired, perhaps you and I can speak." He looks then around at the square, the fairly empty square.
Sure,
do you two know each other?
I'd love for you to join me for a cup of tea.
Oh, his tea's great.
He nods and can't really hide that he clearly knows that. If you need to find me again, and should you not be able to,
Oh,
ask
you
for me
mean
there.
like for 25 years? Like that?
Uh,
Uh,
I take a step back and like kind of look at the ground.
You hear the
yes.
bow draw harsh against the strings of the viol as this
Sour
person
note, friend.
realizes how long how he's been gone. He stops playing for a second and says 25 years. And then his hand moves back to draw against the strings again, almost against intention.
I'd look at him and ask, can you put that down?
Not yet. In about 4 hours, whatever I can guess to be that, I will be permitted. If you'd like to speak, I promise. There. And he points to actually, where is his lodgings? The building over here.
Mhm.
Ask for me by name, Erasin, and I'll spell that for you.
It's this building over here.
Correct. Yep.
I'd march over there and sit on the stoop.
Okay. While you are sitting over there.
So Olvius does all that. Do you even look back at us before you go marching over?
No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off. I don't know either. I don't know what this is.
Are you talking to me or the guy?
You,
No, I mean, it was pretty clear. You had the same reaction that I did, so.
yeah. Olvius is a businessman. And so this is probably a business discussion.
She takes out a very long pipe, her pipe, and starts puffing on it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Business.
Yeah, business.
Uh, hey. Oh, hey.
Mhm.
Vealman.
Well, you
What
got this.
business? What business? What
Ah,
kind of business?
we were professional treasure hunters.
I'm gonna
Uh,
walk away and just go sit with Ulvius.
Oh,
I
so like you
can.
guys. She turns around and points at Haza.
Uh,
I don't know. You tell me stories. That kind of sounds like what you do. No?
no, no.
Huh.
Okay. He says I will be able to speak more freely when I'm not. And you see that his head sort of gets like physically flicked, like a hand
Right.
comes and like smacks his ear
Mm,
really hard, and like he does a whole flinch, and then goes back to performing.
got it. Fey bullshit. Clock.
Thanks. Ah, more and more, I am so glad I ended up in the Feydark. This place is horrid.
What? It a place you think a place called the Fey, like the Underdark for the Fey, is worse
Better,
or is
much
better?
better. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
How?
How? I
Yeah,
mean,
I've been to the Underdark. It's bad there. and I can't
Well,
imagine it's better.
let's mostly just monsters and myconid, and creatures like Auntie. They're not so bad. They have their own logic and code, and she looks meaningfully at the guy playing the viol.
Oh
No,
yeah, I
but
mean, I met a myconid one, and they breathed on me with some stuff, and then I could talk to them. They're pretty nice.
her eyes light up, and you hear her in your head. Oh, like this? Yes, yes, yes,
Oh
yes. I
yeah,
can do that.
okay. Wait, am I? I'm talking in my head right now. Do you hear it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I I mean, you can't do it if you're not trying to. It's the same way the other thing the myconates do.
Huh.
Uh no. Just less creatures trying to do this.
More killing, less tricking.
Yeah, I guess so. Things are just more straightforward.
I look back at the performer. You know what? Fair enough. I can't argue against that. I think.
25 years is pretty short. Hmm.
Uh,
She thinks.
wait. How old are you exactly?
She smiles. I think I lost count around 50, but it has been much, much longer than that. I
Okay.
think. There's no sun down there.
I've got a lot of questions, and we don't. That isn't what today is about, but we'll
Yes,
circle back around to it. Yeah.
let's find the rest.
Yeah, I give a loose description of what the fuck just went down to Godric and Inks are still here. So yeah, do we want to go with him or just let him and Tor have some alone time together?
Oh, I'm all for staying very far out of that.
And
Well, do we want to go do some illegal fighting then?
yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the two of you would say yes, but for very different reasons.
Oh, gods.
You
Oh, you
had
haven't.
me at fighting. You had her at illegal.
Right. You haven't even seen her knife shoes.
Toric and Ulvius over by the stairs, sitting on the stoop.
Mm.
Anything you say to each other when you're while you're over there?
As Torek walks up, he just says, "Yeah, everybody else started asking that guy a bunch of questions about the two of you. I figured it was none of our business, so I'm over here."
Oh well. Look, I don't mind really. I didn't even recognize him. I still don't really recognize him, but based on what he was saying, he's an old associate from 25 years ago. I was a kid trying to break into the business, so to speak. And I made a promise to him and the gang he was with as sort of an initiation. They told me that it wouldn't take very long and they'd get back to me. And this is the first time I've had contact with any of them since then. And in 4 hours, I'm going to get my fucking answer. One way or another.
Okay. Um, does it still matter? I mean,
It matters
I
because
don't. I'm not trying to like blow
it
smoke or
matters.
like inflate our heads, but we've done probably anything more amazing than whatever they would have
Oh,
done.
I absolutely agree. I
Okay.
agree 1,000%. It matters because I'm still upholding my end of that promise, and I want out. But I am true to my word.
A lot of people are anymore.
Well, I
Honestly,
know
if you are and they're not, that's on them for being shitty. You kind of
it.
you're better than them.
Well, I appreciate that, and I tend to agree with you, but their shitty behavior does not excuse me from keeping my word. I keep my word because it's important to me, not because they or anyone deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Trust me. I mean, you saw everything with.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to go into that.
No, I figured that you would. So now the only thing I've got to do is not make the same mistake I made 25 years ago. And that means I'm not letting that fucker out of my sight until it's time to talk.
All right, you want me to sit here? You want me to? I'm
Look,
just gonna go get a. I could leave Pacareva.
look, Torek, I am happy for the company, genuinely, and I'm more than happy to pour some tea and we can sit and chat about whatever. At the same time, right? It could be a pretty boring 4 hours. So you're under no obligation to sit here. I am fine. I'm gonna do a little embroidery, drink a little tea, and enjoy watching that guy continue to be forced to play for the next 4 hours, despite the fact that I've known dispel magic for many, many years now.
Yeah, but then you got to answer for breaking that curse. So fuck that. He's not worth that. All right. Well, I'll leave Pacareva here. You need anything? Just let her know. She'll let me know. I don't want to.
Will do.
This is what friendship looks like. Fuck.
Torek,
Believe
as
Louise.
Torek, as you're pulling yourself up and getting ready to either walk down the stairs or potentially to the building behind you, um, landing on the railing beside you is a fluttering and beautifully scaled, like it looks like a fairy dragon, but rather than having like fayish wings, um, the entire thing is very reptilian. And it's the same little creature you saw earlier that between the plates of its scales, it is breathing and illuminating lantern light. Um, it's sort of sniffing in the area and projects to the both of you the like smell of roasting meat with like a question mark.
Sure, I'm a little peckish. Is it I don't know, Torque, do we put it in order?
I'm not sure if it's asking for food or if it's trying to get us to order food.
Hold on one second.
We saw this thing before, but I just feels like it's been a while.
It sort of begins sniffing all of you, and you can feel like the press of the idea of food or hunger getting more insistent.
Um,
I could go into my
I'll
bags on Pecoreva and pull out a piece of like jerky, dried
yeah,
fried rations.
I'll pour it a little cup of tea if it wants to
Uh,
drink a little.
You're hungry? You want this?
both of you
Like,
make
I
me.
will speak in Draconic and just say, Can you speak?"
It clearly comprehends you, but it only can communicate telepathically or tele-emotionally.
Got it.
Mhm. Um, why don't you both make me animal handling checks at advantage? Oh,
Sarcasm wins another day.
oh, nice. Okay. As you both feed this little dragonette, it eats some of the jerky and dips its like clawed paws into
While
teacups.
it's doing that, I turn to Torek and I say, listen, if we get in trouble for feeding this thing, I'm going to murder somebody.
I just pat my gun. Just pat my gun.
There you go,
Uh,
buddy.
After it has eaten till it was satisfied, it nuzzles against the both of you. You both increase your status by 1 point as well. Um, and now can see that sitting on the top of this stoop that you guys are sitting at the bottom of the stairs, you can see there is a like queue of servants that you hadn't seen before, who are waiting somewhat impatiently to climb the stair.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. I'll move out of the way. I mean, I'll go sit at the bottom. Like, I just need to keep an eye on this fucking guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Um,
sorry I'm 2 foot tall. Fucking go around me.
the goblins who are leading this little procession kind of give you like sass as they walk around you. um, and behind them you
Cuss Mountain
see
Draconic. I don't,
y-
but
you see a you see in this procession 4 Fey folk, Eladrin, who are carrying like a litter with pillows and blankets on top, but you don't see a person. It just looks empty, and it's carted up to the up there, and then the servants eventually file back out.
One of these days, I'll have enough meow meow beans.
Let's see. As far as everyone else, let's see. Inks. Let's see.
once Olbius is settled at the bottom of the
Mhm.
stairs, I will leave Pecoreva and
Okay.
go off to find everyone else again.
All right. I guess I'll circle back and check in with everybody. What's your thoughts? What's your plans? If the plans is to hit the slopes, I'll start listing off opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're first getting what do we got to do, and then most of us wanted to go hit the dueling arcade.
Yeah.
But it'd be good to know what the other options are first.
Yeah. Okay. So for here, what it'll kind of be this role play this space is going to be kind of it'll be hopefully kind of short chapter, very short. Maybe we should be here one more session kind of thing. Um, but as you make your way around the ring of the arcade and begin to pick out the people who are challengers, you do know that many of you are seeing some people that others aren't. Um, Olvius and Toric, you now have the ability to see like the servants level. Everyone else is kind of like near that point. Um, so you can see a couple of things like let's see. Oh, I got to pull up my descriptions. Prominently, you hear near the longhouse, there is a group of youths who all look to be of Fey blood, but some of them look material planar, like by their upbringing. Um, One of them is proudly boasting himself to be the first knife of the Ravens. He calls himself Brightspur, and he looks um, vivacious, energetic, and particularly um, excited to be dueling. The rest of his team are clearly also intelligent and skilled, but he seems to be of he seems to have a lot of fire within him. I'll drop him on the map, him and his friends. He is over here. Um, you also pass a hunched figure who is mostly covered in cloaks and is sort of curled up on themselves, a long spear and a shield resting next to them, as well as a collection of javelins. Um, why don't you guys make me a perception check?
Who's making the check?
Anyone who wants to be scoping out potential combat matches.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. All right. Haza, I think you would be the only one who notices the catch of some light under this creature's hood reveal a hey buddy, uh, a very an insect-like either mask or face, with hexed eyes that take up most of their skull.
Hmm.
We'll put them on the map as well. You see servants giving this creature a very wide berth as they walk around it, and it appears to kind of be camping out, not inside any of these buildings, but literally choosing to sleep outside potentially. You also find, let's see, uh, you see a man come into the arcade. He enters on a stag. He is very much a human. He's wearing a red hood, um, and his elk is carrying the weight of some furry large prey as he brings it into the arcade. Uh, he takes it directly to the long hall uh, and then enters. The man in red is a challenger, potentially. You hear servants whispering about um, uh, Sir Ingress the Red, and how bespoke of a huntsman he is. And finally, and I'll give you the names listed in just a moment. Finally, the other combatant who kind of catches your attention that you can see um, is a small goblin woman with a single knife and a killer look in her eye.
Love a goblin with a knife.
So the potential challengers, once again, are Bright Spur.
And in terms of then people like kind of chatting and talking, everybody's
Mhm.
avoiding Bugman, right? Like he is
Definitely.
the stone in the river that everybody is going all around.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
he's mine.
And I think while you guys are walking around, you are seeing other challengers, but you
Yeah.
guys know what your meter is and
Uh-huh.
can tell when or not someone would be worthy of a challenge. And one thing that gets made very clear to you by your guides is if you defeat someone in dishonor, if you humiliate someone because you outclass them, that will do you nothing but harm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No punching down.
Yep. You have to put up a good fight. They call that creature, just so you know, Cody, they call her the Crawling Knight.
Crawling Knight.
The Crawling Knight.
Yeah, there's like a pause.
Sick.
Hayes would be like, I'm sure that's a translation thing.
Oh, I forgot about this guy. Oh, sorry. I forgot there's one more in here. uh, I'll tell you, this is everything you need to know about him. His name is Caleb, the Celestial Blooded Duelist.
Oh my god. He's got 3 swords.
Give him a wide berth.
Caleb, there's only room in this town for one of us.
Ooh.
Celestial blooded fighters
Wah.
with the generic guy's name.
Honestly, the fact that he had such a similar name to you cracked me the fuck up.
Also, for the record, I am walking up to the Crawling Knight and introducing myself.
Okay. Uh,
And I've got my eyes set on our big bear of a friend.
all right.
Yeah, so this
Haza,
is Bright Spur, right? This with the
yes, that
slant
is
hair.
Bright Spur.
Okay.
Haza, as you come up to the Crawling Knight, the head does not move, but you hear a little hiss, and the legs sort of draw and fold in closer to like accommodate you coming into the space.
Uh-huh. I will introduce myself in the languages that I know. It's just Undercommon, Gnomish, and Common.
Mhm.
And I guess also actually Fey or Sylvan.
All right. You speak an easy tongue for me. She responds in Sylvan.
Yeah.
She
Uh,
can speak in Common if you choose to, but
Yeah. I will, introduce us. I'm Hazelin. I've been informed of your name, but would rather hear it from you.
I'm typing it out and then I will say it out loud.
Uh-huh.
Yikrik.
Yikagrak. Okay. Is the Crawling Knight a title they've given you, or
I am the Crawling Knight of Ashtagal's court.
it's a title of station then?
The roach folk of my blood are honored to be here.
And Yikagrak, Did I get that right?
I don't know what you did different in those
Yeah,
two
that's fair.
takes, so
What it brings you, I guess, to want to duel here?
claim station to enter as Akishigal's champion for the sword. And I'll
Interesting.
spell that name for you.
Well, I suppose I do not know how a formal request of a duel is, but seeing as how you are being judiciously avoided, I thought maybe you would like to duel.
You challenge so boldly outside of the dueling season.
I smile.
Make me. I'll let you make this a persuasion or intimidation check if you choose, but I think we know which one this is.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Low, but I got that 10.
You are interesting. The champion of the demon Lord of Roaches accepts your challenge.
I clock the Demon Lord of Roaches for the first time. No facial expression is made. I got a plenty passive deception, whatever the fuck that is. Not even a quirk of the court of the. Oh no.
She says, "Have you a secluded location to execute this contract?"
No.
There are cliff sides nearby that offer great peril and great entertainment.
I'll take that into advisement. Let me confer with my companions. I think they are also seeking dueling partners.
Advice: ask with caution.
Fair. I turn to see like Godric stalking towards one of them, like pivot and go sprinting over, like,
Like Reeves
hey,
go to make a loud declaration.
no, hey. Yeah. Quiet. Fuck, where's Inks?
Circle the horses.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's Godric. It's illegal, but also like we got to be careful a little.
I mean, yes, we've been over all of that, and Gorvalk here has made it clear he's willing to consider. I'll turn and face him. I have stood against dragons and liches, mind flayers and demons, always with the strength of my friends in my heart. I strive to give my fullest in my endeavors and to help those around me reach new heights. Please allow me the honor of greeting you as an adversary in the arena, and if I am so lucky to greet you as a friend in the alehouse.
Is this what you were writing over there?
Finny will clap. Finny is like clapping.
That was way better than mine. Shit.
Okay. I don't need you to make a performance check because you've aced that. Um. hmm, hmm. Make me an intimidation check.
Oh my. Okay, well, that's
Th-
fine. I'm good at those too. Oh, I'm in the wrong. No, there we go.
I will happily give you an
Uh,
inspiration if
Oh,
you
I,
want to reroll
I've
that.
got one already,
Okay.
but I've only got one.
That speech ruled. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. You make this duel, I'll say proudly, not blaringly loudly, but with enough gusto, you are aware that many eyes have turned to you. However, the purpose of this check is to see whether or not anyone fucking challenges you on that. And Gorvalk, which is one of the other giant things in this area, like in descending order, it's Finny, Gorvalk, Godric, right? Like, uh, he gets up from his table, and there is silence in the air as he takes his axe up and allows a roar burbling within his chest and a smile to spread. He accepts your challenge. However, you will be reminded by your guides, if you fight here, you will be caught.
Mm, mm, yeah. I think I heard someone say something about perilous cliffs.
Yeah, we've got a spot. My friend I turned to look at Yickergrack. Do you know where Inks went? We really need to let Inks know to not like I don't know, kick some shit over and scream at the sky about it.
I think Inks has a bit more tact than that, but
It depends. It depends.
What's taking your attention, Inks? Where are you looking?
I'm kind of interested in this Caleb the Celestial Blooded Duelist.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Caleb of the
Uh-huh.
3 swords.
Don't ask me why, but he feels like he just needs to be taken down a peg.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Okay. Oh, well, he's not on the map yet. Give me one
Obviously, my
Yeah,
initial
we
thought
need
was
to
the
know.
Knife Goblin, but then you said it can't be too easy.
second.
We
To
need
be
to
fair,
know.
actually, I recommended her. She might be on the level.
She is the knife goblin.
But
Like,
also, to keep me from punching down, I gotta punch up.
All right. All right. Headed for Caleb, the celestial blooded duelist.
now where is that art? I need to know what Caleb looks
Yeah, this guy definitely needs to be taken down a peg.
Yeah, hold on, let me find him. Oh my
Oh,
god.
absolutely. God.
like. Wow.
You really
Look at
found the
him.
most
Oh my
punchable
God, I thought that was a-
face, didn't you?
Kill that
You
guy.
found
Oops.
the like public school version of Pete. Like the varsity captain of the football team version of Pete.
Feels hateful. That feels hateful, Cody. That's
It's
just
Pete from
wrong.
Connecticut, is what it is. Uh, anyway, Pete from Connecticut. Also, hey, what's with this theme that we have with our ASMRs? Why are we doing this?
Because I don't know.
It's a good bit, I
Like,
think.
they're all pretty.
I'm just thinking Pete, Godric, Caleb. Those are all like normal ass
His
names.
names.
Godric is not a normal ass name.
Godric is unfortunately a normal ass name. Like we don't really use it anymore, but like it's not that. It's not older than Caleb. Like it's like as old as Caleb kind of thing,
Next.
you
Well,
know?
yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
Wait,
as
hold
old
on.
as
Why is
Caleb, but
Pete
it's
getting
like
lumped in with the ASMR?
Because Pete's an ASMR.
Pete's
No,
an
Pete
Pete's
was
Asian
a
a half
half
elf.
elf.
Yeah.
half elf.
How
Yeah.
dare you
right, so-
forget my son? How
Yeah.
dare you?
Okay, he is a celestial sorcerer that
There you go.
makes him divine blooded. So
It's not the
He is
same as an ASMR.
I wanna-
celestially
That's my boy.
I want
and
to
that's
share
only
before.
because Doug wanted the bonus to charisma. So
For a brief
And
moment, when I was
dexterity.
thinking about what
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
ASMR would be
Doug,
named, I
Doug,
thought of Maximus.
you're not helping.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, you see Caleb. Actually, I'm going to put him inside this building. This building appears to be a beautiful tea room. It is well attended by servants, although you don't really see who they are attending, except for Caleb. He is sitting at a table. He is clearly talking with people, and the places around him are set. But like you don't see who he is talking to.
I'm sure it's not that beautiful, the
Um,
tea room.
What is he talking about?
Oh, he is talking about. Do you want to try to like get some
Listen in,
details
for
or
sure.
just?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you roll me a perception check?
Yeah, I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay. Oh yeah. You can roll stealth too if you like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
consistency.
Yeah. You kind of lower yourself and blend a little bit with some of the servants, at least on their height level, and try to mingle. And you hear that he is talking to someone that he calls um, uh, or he's talking to two people. It is the Lady Sorminx and Sir Rufan. And they are talking about affairs in the court of Coral.
I'm boring.
It sounds boring. until you hear him say, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. That seems so without the spirit. It doesn't seem fair to be parting with magic so flippantly, even if it is for a good cause." And then there's a little bit of silence, and he says, "Yes, of course, naturally, we would like to advance within our station, but I forgive it foregoing magical power even for a short period, gifting it to someone else. It is quite the request. It is a burden to share." He's talking about something kind of severely, um, something about trading or exchanging of magical power.
Hmm. I'm trying to find an inn, but I'm not coming up with anything.
To be fair, in the past, Inks has just walked up to people.
And since then, we have seen growth.
Okay, that was not long ago. That was last night at the wedding.
Honestly,
You
I
want
was
me
looking for a line. I'm not even gonna lie. I was looking for a line to make a scene. I just don't think I got
to?
one.
You want me to give you a minute and we can come back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Finny, where are your eyes taking you?
Oh, Finney's not going to partake in a duel. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, no problem. Uh, Duels include magic as well. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is the off season. It's the
Okay.
Feywilds. The
All
land
right.
knows. She is not risking shit.
All right. Happy
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
that.
she knows.
it's
She
a
knows
good
better.
idea.
All
Look,
right.
the
She's
rest of
kind
us.
of surprised that surprised that Haza is going for a duel, but
Yeah,
not really because Haza's a fucking one of these Fae, so
I'm gonna
like
go.
they
I'm gonna
probably
go
get
get
away
her.
with it.
Yeah. The folks who are here are already hell bent on breaking the rule.
Yeah,
That's the fun part of this play.
Uh,
The other fun part is you can't see the guards yet.
yeah.
yeah, I I think maybe
This is the chain link fence outside the high school where all the burnouts go to smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Finny might go and find Gorvalk and like sit with him and just kind of chat about like, hey, so why the fuck is this place so dead? And how long have you been in here?
Okay. You hear him, when you kind of bring that up, uh, a like waitress, a dryad comes over to you to like bring you something to drink, and she says, "Are you kidding me? It's crazy busy right now." And she kind of gestures like around to what you think is the empty room.
It is, i- to be honest, I only see me, him, you, and she sort of like looks around for any more like wait staff. Them over there, I think, behind the bar. Oh no, I think yeah, it's just like four of us.
She kind of chuckles and says, "There are many of our masters and our ladies and our lords who are here in the aspirations of being swept up in some of the magic of the arcade. Uh, it is, while not dueling season, it is summering, if nothing else, for some of the more ethically liberal of the uh, Feish pantheon." She sort of points out towards the door and says, across the way is the holding place for many of our most frequent high profile visitors, though they tend to keep themselves shrouded so as to not find themselves stumbling over the masses. And she kind of once again gestures out to the space that feels empty.
Uh, Corval, can you see them? Am I going crazy? Have
He
you
snuffs.
finally have you finally
uh,
wormed your way into my brain?
and he says, I can smell. There is much life here, but I cannot see or hear any of it.
Well then, how do you see all the people? Is it some manner of enchantment?
I see you and you. And he sort of points around the room to indicate that he can see one or two other folks here, but he does not see this place as packed, much like you.
Ah, uh, well, thank you for your kindness. She nods to the waitress. Yeah, you can see more than I can. She sighs. Well,
She says that as it is their nature, the servants of the arcade are obligated to know where the people they are serving are.
uh, do they see me?
Yes, most may see you. It is up to them whether or not they choose to care.
Right. Hmm. Unseen but seen. She shivers. Ugh.
Yeah, you feel the eyes kind of upon you now, even if you don't know if people are really staring.
Yeah, she'll just hang out with Gorvalk until the rest of the party settles,
All right.
and maybe with Godric if Godric is hanging out, sharing a few drinks.
It sounds like the three of you might be drinking together before you figure out where you want to duel. Is that fair, Godric?
Yes.
Awesome.
Torek, what are you thinking?
Tarek will just kind of scope out what the other buildings are. Um, he knows that this is some sort of restaurant since we saw
Yes.
servants going in and hauling someone in, but one of these rooms is somewhere, one of these buildings is somewhere he can stay, and the others clearly are other forms of business, so he's just trying to figure out what's where.
All right. So over this way will be the longhouse where there are more beds than in the picture. Then up here is that tea house. This building over here is what might be an administrative building for whatever that might mean. That is the kitchen. And then this appears to be some servants' quartering.
Oh, okay, so none of this is like a store of any kind. Okay.
I think that we can have a general goods thing if you are looking for, or
Okay.
if nothing else, you can make bargains with other riffraff around here.
No, I'm not looking for anything specific. I was just seeing
Okay.
what was around. I guess I have a better sense of what this is like now. I think I don't plan on staying anywhere fancy because I mean I sleep underground most of the time. So I guess I will go into the longhouse and just sort of see who's around, see who's see what I can overhear, that sort of thing.
Yeah. As you pass the gang of Fayish youth, you do not need to roll a check to notice that many of them carry firearms.
Kids with guns.
Kids with
Kids
guns.
with guns
It's with guns. Taking.
taking over.
I won't be long. They mesmerize. Skeleton.
Um,
Easy does it, easy does
I
it,
broke my
easy
pencil.
does it.
I will just sort of give a like look, see the guns and just sort of amusing. Pat my musket. Keep going.
The rambunctious youth leader kind of jumps when you kind of acknowledge them and like points at you. You.
Me.
Are you traveling through the arcade?
I think so. Who are you?
My name is Brightspur. I am the first knife of the Ravens, my crew here. We are working our way to Senelise. If you are traveling that way, we would appreciate someone who apparently has the marksman, the eye, as you might. He gestures with he's clearly impressed, like to you and your shotgun.
They let you duel with those things here?
Do they make one bleed?
Lots of things make people bleed.
Anything that may draw entertainment. His hand lightly sort of flourishes around his strapped pistol.
Does the pistol have sword engraved on it?
That'd be awesome.
That's a hell of a call.
The right crowd.
Yeah. Oh man. They call my kind barbaric monsters. This is yeah, we're going through the arcade. I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know. I got some friends. They're probably off looking for ways to get themselves killed.
One must
What do
not
you need?
one must not die in order to have gained honor through the arcade.
Yeah,
If
you don't know these idiots.
one such as yourself may prove to be a valuable adversary should we find ourselves on the opposite ends of a dueling field. It would be opportunistic to maybe see you at one at some time.
Sorry, are you asking me to get shot at?
I am asking if you feel confident enough in your skills to beat me in a shooting match. Which direction the bullets may be going, that can be determined whenever we would like to.
Huh. Why do you even want to go to Senelise anyway?
A few of them sort of like get excited behind Bright Spur, and they say, uh, um, "We have been on the path, hearing rumors of a group of renegade knights. We are proud to know many of these people who have enlisted, and we wish to know more of the Feathered Knights. We know that one of them is offering challenge in Senelise. It would be a dear wish to meet one.
You want to meet the Feathered Knights?
To know the allegiance. Many people have loved and known the Prince of Frost before, and many seem to have come within his good graces recently. We, and he looks back at his companions, wish to see someone we have loved for so long be made into the Prince of Summer once again.
That sounds very convoluted. Also, I've met one of the Feathered Knights. Was not impressed. For what that's worth. I don't know why you'd care about my opinion, but
Legitimately looks like they are masking heartbreak. Well, should you find an interest in comparing your skills to others, we will be here until such time as we are granted to leave.
I'll think about it. It is somewhat rare to see other people who have any sort of skill with these things, so might be fun, but it's going to depend on what my companions are doing. So, Brightspur, huh? You'll be around somewhere.
He nods.
We'll see, Brightspur. I'll just go in and go try to secure a room. Not a room, like a spot on the long house. Yeah, long house.
All right. You go in, you do see some Fey servants who are in the space, like cleaning and sort of keeping it together, but not a lot of like work being put in, just the miscellaneous straightening of things. And then dominantly sitting at a table and making full use of the spread of it to flay and butcher the prey is the hunter Sir Ingus the Red, who does not appear to have acknowledged that someone else has entered the space.
Out of curiosity, like, how skilled does he look at what he's doing?
You are watching a master at work.
Okay.
You don't even need to roll for that. He also looks terribly young. Like you know you have a muddied perception on like humanoid aging, but like there's still like baby fat in this guy's face.
Would Torek engage with this guy? I don't. Much as I want to, I don't think Torek would. Although there's something about the fact that Torek can see him, so his status can't be that much better than mine. And since I'm a new person from the material plane, it's like, man, what the hell did you do? Actually, that will probably be Torek's question with no pomp and no circumstance. Like, wow, if I can see you, what the hell happened to you? Like, I couldn't see the servants 5 minutes ago, but I can see you. I saw you ride in.
You say that and like his knife like drops into what he is working and he sees you for very clearly the first time. Uh, uh sorry. Um you're asking me. You're asking me?
Holy shit. Yeah, sorry. That was. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. I just have that voice. I'm surprised because, like I said 5 minutes ago, I'm sitting with a buddy. I can't see the fact that I'm blocking servants from getting up the stairs, but I could see you riding in, so, like,
Oh. uh yeah.
what the hell did you do to piss someone off?
um I haven't done anything. I'm just mortal. That's all.
Wait,
I'm
just
kind of
being mortal sort of puts us at the bottom of the totem pole? What a bunch of wankers. Holy
oh,
shit.
Yeah,
it,
right?
yeah, being mortal kind of has a kind of permanent weight on you a little bit. Although the more they like you, the more they'll just kind of let you see them anyway. Um, Most folks around here like to know who I am and like to introduce themselves. I thought you might be one of them at first. Uh, you don't seem like one of them.
No. No, not really. This this whole thing is kind of weird to me. Seems real well, there's choice words for it that I assume I'm in uh proper company, so I won't. Material water, you can call me Torek.
Uh, Ingress. He goes to shake your hand.
I will eye the if he's been carving into a carcass, I'm assuming his hands are real messy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He like pulls up his cloak over his hands and just starts rubbing it into the into the fabric.
You're fine. You're fine. So
Uh,
like wild whirlwind for why I'm immortal here. What the hell are you doing here?
oh, the hunters love me. The wild hunt think that I'm really good at what I do. Tracking, killing quietly. Um, they think it's really fun to watch me do it. They take me on. I've ridden on the Wild Hunt a few seasons now. It's it's a lot. But I get to do what I love, which is track and spend many months in the quiet by myself until they need me, until they call me back, like now.
Torque will stare blankly at this individual for a little while and then just say, I don't mean to sound rude, but the way you talk about it, it's almost like they see you as a pet or a dog. That seems demeaning.
Uh, you know, that's maybe a pretty good way of thinking about it. I don't think about it that way though. It's more like they don't really like me a lot, but they think I'm kind of funny, so they keep me around sometimes. And in return, I get to kind of do whatever I'd like to do, um, as long as I'm, you know, respectful. Obviously, he's describing a pet.
Yeah, okay. Hey, whatever makes you happy. Ingress? Yeah, Ingress.
Yeah. What are if you weren't were you called here? Did someone ask you to come here?
After a fashion, I'm
Mm.
traveling with some people. There's business to be done, and honestly, I wish I had a single solid like through way for how we got here, but I don't. It's a bit complicated, and probably best not to not loop trap others into it. So I'll spare you some of the details. That's all. We're traveling because there's some sort of festival my friends need to get to, and to do that, we've got to apparently come through here, make ourselves known so we can be seen. Blah blah blah. All that really kind of weird stuff, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
think my friend would call it fey bullshit. Even though
I'm pretty well versed
fey
in some of that.
is fey, so that seems contradictory, but
I've been around the arcade a time or two. Um, Sometimes folks ask to uh, pick fights with me because it helps improve their status. If you wanted a good scrap, I can. I've put up a good fight before.
That's a very nice and slightly strange offer, but the kid outside also wanted to get something going. I'm
Oh
sort of
yeah.
leaning away from the whole fighting for the entertainment of people who can't even see me right now. So I appreciate the offer, but I'm not really the one that needs to be seen in the first place. I'm just along to keep the people who are safe, you know.
Uh, yeah. Well, if you need anything, or if I actually I'm only really good at like the two things. But if you need help with either of those things, I know these forests, especially around here, really well. Um, I know a few good like cache places and uh, quiet spots in case anyone needs places where the guards don't often go.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like it'll be helpful. Hey, what's like what's like the prettiest place you know out there? Like I'm from a desert, so we don't have trees and stuff like that a whole lot. And I have traveled. I've been all over the material. Well, not all over the material plane. It's a big fucking place. But and gone over plenty of Faerun and seen a decent amount. But like I don't know. It's like the nicest place around here.
One time, when I was invited for the hunts, I was taken to Senelise proper. I don't really care much for city type places, and that place is, I think, as far removed from the idea of a city as a city can be. But even then, it still felt too tightly packed. But I was allowed to see the great tree itself while I was there. Um, it was a ride to find it, but they allowed me to see it with my own eyes, speak with the Vox Arbor, and ask a question. And I don't remember much except how that tree glowed, how its very fiber was made of liquid light.
Hmm. I may have been not as clear as I should have. I meant around like here, the arcade. I mean,
Oh, there's like a
that
clearing in
does
a pond
sound
like an hour away. It's got
Mhm.
like some good trees and good coverage and some underbrush. Yeah,
excellent. And it's that way.
that way.
All right. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for the tree, but that seems like a thing for future me to concern himself with. All right. Well, good luck in your future hunts. Good luck with what is that anyway? Elk?
Uh,
Probably not. Elk. I
yeah, fine.
think
He
Heza
cuts
said
off.
something about the elk talking. I think Heza
Uh,
said that.
he cuts a piece of the meat off, and he says it's a kelpie. You know, like a lake horse.
Oh,
You wanna try it? You can eat it raw. It's salty.
um, I don't have anything to give you. Hold on. I might have something here.
Between mortals.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, he just give it to you. No status exchange. No secret packs made. Are we good if we take
Dungeon
our 15 minutes
Master.
here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We can
All right. Let's
catch
do
up
that.
on all the notes.
And when we get back.
that wasn't you.
So Pakareva didn't like grasp what was happening. Does know that Ulvius attacked first, but
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
also
use
love
and
audible
knows
to
that the
teachers.
guy
imagine.
indiscriminately attacked her along with Ulvius. So
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Toric's sympathy for this pile of dirt is not high.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do love how there is like a 2x6 perfectly fresh patch of earth somewhere out in the forest. It's just a rectangle. It's just a rectangle
The
of
only right
slightly
angles
darker
in the
Honestly,
Feywild
the
anywhere.
the best way to like mask it with Fey bullshit is just make a little like ring of flowers around it, and everybody will just assume it's something. Like, well, you don't go in the fairy square.
Exactly.
The fairy square will put
Fairy
your
Square
curses
is
around
where
the years.
corporate fairies take you.
That's
I
right.
hate
It's
that.
the team building retreat for corporate fairies.
Okay, back in town.
Or
I
out
should
on the
ask.
misty cliffs of dueling.
Oh, you know what? Actually, back to Inks and the tea house and Caleb. What are you up to,
Yeah.
Inks? Yeah.
Yeah, after listening to their boring conversation, I am going to wait for a servant to be walking by with a cup of tea, presumably for somebody else. Just walk by, grab it as if it was supposed to be mine, walk up to the table, sit down, and put my feet up on the table.
Okay. You do lose 1 point of status for all of this, but it's fine. It's
That's
funny.
fine.
Um, if you almost for a second uh think that you lose sight of the people that you can see. You almost lose more than status, but enough people thought what you did is funny, that that you are okay. Um, uh, Caleb, the blonde individual beside you, um, turns in a like calm breath, says, "Is there something you need?"
Hmm? Me? No. Just enjoying a nice cup of tea, I'm sure, like all of you here. And she takes a long, slurpy sip.
Has
It
someone
it sounds
sent
like a
you
bong rip at the table.
here? Has someone sent you here for something? If the demon lord of roaches wishes to speak with the lady so boldly, then I would at least assume he would send detail. He looks kind of behind you to see if you've come with anybody else.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would I be not be enough?
In the presence of the Lady Somero, I would assume.
How dare you? She puts her teacup down, stands up, slams her hand on the table. I challenge you, sir, for this disrespect.
He he looks a little surprised. He looks to his other companions at the table, and you can kind of see him kind of have a look, and he says, "I will accept on the lady's behalf."
I don't see what the lady has anything to do with it, but happy that you accepted. I'll see you in wherever we're fighting. Good day. And she'll walk off.
I'll see you in court.
That was really good.
It's really
Take a
stupid.
point of inspiration for how like you put in a lot of thought. I liked your execution.
So dumb.
You can't have any status for it, but
Yeah, there's no status for this one, but
It's
I liked it.
negative status for this one.
Yeah, you've lost status so far,
Yeah.
but that
A
is how
couple
this game will go so
a couple people in the room just disappear.
Okay. That's funny.
I was gonna make it more about race, but I decided at the last minute not to.
I think that the undertone carried well enough that you didn't need to say anything for it to work. I thought you did great.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, now the Inks has set herself up for a duel. Where is she going?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
I mean, we got our own dual spot, but you you dipped away from us before we could warn you.
I think it's fair for everyone to circle up. You're not being like thrown into your challenge immediately. Commonly, formal duels have a form of organization, as yours must all as well, because they must be clandestine. Um, uh, so you have time to strategize and coordinate.
I think she would
Uh,
definitely find the other group, but it's really funny because she definitely would have walked out and been like, "Well, fuck, now what?"
yeah, we got
Maybe
a
bump
spot
in.
on some, I guess, misty cliffs that are fraught with danger. You know, dual stuff.
Does anyone have perhaps more of like a gentle clearing in the woods?
Well, I don't because Yigrik. There's definitely throat sound in there. They had the spot, so
Mm,
People looking at me be like,
Even. Where's my fucking
see it
"Hey girl, I mean they"
something.
meme?
I mean,
so do we want to just go where Yikragrak wants to go?
I mean, if we wanted to all keep it, I feel like everyone going to the same place like makes it less clandestine.
Okay, well, I don't want to say you both are on your own then, but I guess
Wasn't
that's
that? I
what
mean, that's
you're
the point of a
implying.
duel.
Well, no, but the clan. You know what? Good luck. I clap Godric on the
Good luck.
shoulder. I look down at Inks and say, "Don't lose."
Don't worry, he's a feather.
Yeah, I might lose. I do not know what is going on with this um bug insect woman. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I just don't get it. Y'all are so violent.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll report back with whether or not I. Well, I don't think we're going to the death, so I'll clear that up and then I'll uh be back this way when it's over.
good luck. Eh, hmm. Do I go as spectator? Would I get the? Hmm.
I mean,
If I
who do you
was
want to
called,
watch?
You
Who do you
could
want to
be her
watch the most?
second.
oh no, 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 no! I'm not fighting.
No, second is like like a witness.
Oh, oh, I thought you meant like substitution. Yes, no, I could do that. Sure. I suppose
Okay.
that would make things more official. Oh no. See, now I'm implicated. She looks genuinely worried. Look, as long as I'm not responsible for either two sides getting caught, I will watch.
Perhaps we can
She
make an argument that you are going to help us be more clandestine than we would otherwise be.
help? Oh gods, no, no,
No,
no,
no, no.
no.
Ah, God. We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Hey,
You
sir.
don't. You,
I am not going to. Not going to trade favors.
That's okay. I mean, is that because I'm? You know what? Help? Will you help Godric or Inks?
She shakes her head.
Okay, well, that's a non-starter. Good luck to the other two of you with your bear and your feather. I go walking off.
uh, Finny's just gonna follow Haza, anyways.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
If Hazel looks back, she's just gonna shrug and say, "What? I'm just watching."
You're welcome to come. You're the one being weird about it.
I'm not weird. You know how things work here.
I know you're not weird, but you are being weird about it. Sorry,
Yes,
caught up with what I just said.
I've already spent way too much time in this place.
Mhm.
It's do not want to spend 25 more, if you know what I'm saying. I can't
Hmm.
even play the viol.
Where's that guy anyway?
As we go walking back up to the crawling knight, and I just
I guess his shift is over.
yeah. Did we know what?
Oh, his shift is over.
Did you see him with Ulvius? Because I wasn't paying attention.
No, I wasn't either. I was drinking with our bear folk friend. And Godric.
I guess we'll keep an eye. You know what? We've got other stuff going on.
All right.
I will
You're
introduce myself and my friend to saying I give like a whole preamble about yeah, this is a non-participant who has sworn themselves to both secrecy and to not being involved in this, but wants to
witness.
watch.
Witness. We
Yes.
witness to good glory.
Yeah, something like that.
Good.
Oh, good. Yeah, sorry. For a brief moment, I forgot that you can speak Sylvan.
We are of
Not
one
not you,
kind.
not you. My companion here.
Yes.
I thought I was gonna have
She's
to.
kind of looking at Finny with
Oh,
like some companionship. Finny, this is clearly an unseelie creature in a world where most of the folks you bumped into are seelie. The only exceptions, and it didn't really come up, but the Ravens Guild over here, these young folks, they are also unseelie. But
the gun children.
yeah, the gun children are unseelie fae.
That's awesome. uh, do I recognize what kind of creature she is, or if I've ever seen one like her before?
You know what? I will make you roll. Roll me a nature check.
You got it. Let's go.
Hazel, you can also roll one if you would like. Finny, you gain a point of status for that success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these, when you guys roll an int or charisma based check, you each get like one per the arcade where it will advance your status. I say arcade, I think through the whole thing, but I'm keeping track.
Hell yeah.
Right. 1 point for you, and that is a success for Haza as
I
well.
did good
Haza,
by
you
me standards.
yeah, I think you've heard rumors of like bug creatures.
Mhm.
You are aware of like I think the unique thing that you know here that Finny will also know is that there are insect creatures of the Feywild. They are, of course, unseelie. They tend to come from the like Feydark. These are roachlings. Um, and Finny, with an over 20, you know that every single one of them, born or turned, is in service to the the demon king of roaches. Which is just his title. He's not literally a demon.
Yeah, my new friend.
Yeah.
I don't like the turned at all, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, Finny is regarding this individual very normally,
Yeah.
and kind of smiles in recognition. Yes, I'm familiar, actually.
Oh, good.
Is
Are
it interested in advancement as well? You said no.
Me? Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah. You said you weren't interested. That's right. That was me
no,
forgetting.
not in this way. I know how the Sealy like to twist words and make deals out of thin air, so I'm trying my best not to get myself swept up.
She chitters back to you in an angry agreement with your opinion of the locals.
But I understand. Sometimes there's an easy way.
Agreed.
Well, to the misty cliffs. She whispers in both of their minds.
Ooh.
oh,
Um,
legitimately gave me goose flesh, okay?
While sitting, this creature's legs begin to curl out from their cloak and extend like spider's legs and eventually pull her onto. She is quadrupedal, but she does have arms. She actually has 4 arms. She has 8 appendages in there. Um, and as she rises and begins to rival you in height, Haza, you can see that she has like shimmering beetle armor uh, plated under this cloak. And in a hunch, she collects her weapons and begins skittering from the arcade into the wild.
Yep.
We'll start with your duel, I think. Okay. I've got to read my thing here.
S. E.
I have Yikragak. Her character sheet is all ready. Okay. In order to set up, in order to get to the cliffside unnoticed by guards, you will need to succeed on stealth checks, and that will be all 3 of you who are traveling.
And I will cast Pass Without a Trace as we make our way through the woods.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, I have the staff that just lets me do that.
Yes.
I gotta think if I want to use some resource to pull this off. No, I'll just do my best, which is not very good.
Oh.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Well, pass without trace
Oh.
is
Pulling.
in theory.
Wait.
We're
All
immediately
right.
caught, and we're like, oh, we're just going for a walk.
Finny gets caught. Finny, you feel a grasp sort of grab the crook of your elbow, and it does surprise you, and sort of shimmering into your vision, you see a helmed satyr who has uh, caught you and and you kind of feel like the aggression of like what we were just talking about, like the Seelie and unseelie pressure, and he starts to ask questions about what infectious materials you are bringing into the arcade.
Wee. Gods, you can't just sneak up on someone like that. Who, why? None. Why are you asking?
um, I will allow at this time, Finny, if you stay here and keep this fellow engaged.
Busy? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The other two can get away for their fight.
Yeah, she will start extensively, and I'm talking fucking extensively. Like,
Farmer's Almanac.
th- yeah, this guy hit her fucking hyperfixation, and he is going to hear about it for
Oh.
being an asshole.
Oh
So
my
she is
god.
going to keep this fucking guy here for hours, being like, it's this kind of mushroom, and this one's toadstool, and this one actually is like a shelf one, but those are the ones with the roots, like in my skull. We have a symbiotic relationship. It's okay. No,
As
no,
you are getting to talk about this draws attention of other people as well. You begin to see more and more people interested in what you are doing and what you have, and you are suddenly seeing that the arcade has more people in it than you thought.
oh, uh, did you make me see all these people? What is? Oh my god. Were these people around here this whole entire time?
The guard does not answer this question. He is fascinated by a collection he is currently examining out of your bag.
Hell
All right.
yeah. Yeah, she'll keep the people entertained with mushroom facts.
Like a vampire and a pile of rice. All right. Haza and Yikragrak headed towards the cliffside. She takes you east in the dark, and in the kind of gray of the forest, you catch sight once or twice of some of those glowing dragonets in the
Mhm.
trees. They seem to be following you for a while before you don't really notice them anymore. Um, and eventually, some of the trees thin only slightly before revealing a patch of dirt where the grass has been worn out. And the soil here is of slightly unusual color, and the trees here carry a slightly irony smell. Um, uh, as you approach, there's no masking that this place has seen a lot of blood.
Mhm.
Um, uh, she fits her javelins into her hands and explains how this combat will work. To Haza in a way that makes sense in their world, but for us, let's see. A duel requires a challenge and acceptance. Anyone can challenge any adult, fae, or mortal to a duel. Um, uh, Declining a duel will result in a deduction to status. Um, unless you choose to decline someone who is talking down to you. Um, Let's see. Particularly dramatic challenges and acceptances are a wonderful opportunity to be awarded. Status. Let's see. Um, all attack rolls will be simultaneous. Each participant makes 3 attacks in a standard duel. Um, we have special features that may increase your number of attempts. Those things are your any multi-attack abilities, or for example, in your case, Eldritch Blast has 3 attacks per action. That's how we're operating it, per action. No bonus action. I think as far as like the mechanics should matter. But if they do, let me know and we'll do the math.
Got it.
Um,
What magic in play?
You are allowed to do anything that affects the target's AC. A duel is about accuracy and timing. Um, so you must demonstrate that you have the eye. Does that make sense?
Okay, so for instance, something like shield would it, it's technically not that, right? Because it's
Field will.
defensive. It does increase AC and nothing else, but I guess it depends on how much you consider it a proper tool.
I think shield has a place in this because you'll both still be rolling to match each other's AC.
Yeah.
So if you use your features and spells and such to increase that, you do for that round make it more difficult for her.
Yeah, the only bonus action I think I'll be doing is Hexblade's Curse, just because I don't know. It will only affect the crit chances, but
Gotcha. Okay, I
and
like that.
damage obviously, but
Yeah, and you will take damage as well, since
yeah.
you are actually hitting each other.
I'm gonna think of what other spells I have to interact. So for instance, I have Hex, but Hex doesn't actually do anything here other than deal more damage, right?
uh, you said which was it? Hex?
Just the Hex spell, right? Because
Yes. Yeah, that would just do more damage.
yeah,
I guess it would affect like save. Oh yeah, we're not nothing with saves.
yeah,
Nothing
but
with saves
yeah.
matters.
Okay, cool. Marshalling it up. I got
All
my
right.
great sword out.
All right, and I'm making sure I've got my whispers set up correctly. All right, roll your first action and
Okay.
tell me what your AC is.
My AC currently is 17. My first action is just going to be 2 attacks.
Okay.
Well, bonus action is Hexblade's Curse and then 2 attacks.
That's 17 AC, right?
Oh,
Fuck.
well, I
Okay,
crit on a 19.
Yeah.
there you go. Solid start.
I don't know how that interacts with Life Drinker. I've not crit yet since I got it, but
I'll let you look at it. Yeah, take a second to look at it right now.
Crazy.
All right.
Life Drinker is basically Life Drinker isn't dice, so I don't think it gets double
Mm-mm.
because it's
Okay.
just a fixed amount, right? Same thing with Hexblade's. Oh, I didn't turn on Hexblade's Curse. Hexblade's Curse though is still flat, not a roll, so I don't think it gets
Mm-hmm.
doubled per crit. But there's an
Right.
extra 4 damage, and I think I'm gonna make all this damage fuck it, like force,
Oh, fuck.
as
Ouch.
I'm just swinging it like blunt, almost blunt style. Just
Let it be heavy.
yep,
All right. She has a lithe form. She is large, but it's very clear her strategy is to arm herself fairly fully, and then use one of her arms and appendages to hold her shield over her frailer torso.
Mhm.
And as her arms come up and around you to try to strike you from behind while facing you, just the weight of your great sword crashes into her twice and bodies her hard. Both of your attacks will hit. Her attacks are. You said your AC was a 17.
yeah, I can shield to raise it, but and
She
I
did not land a single mark.
oh
Yeah, that crit
got it
shook
on the
her
back.
hard.
Okay,
And let me just get that math. It was extra 4, so
yeah, I did it right on the second one.
awesome. Okay, yeah, that hurt. Okay. Second motion or second round is what it would be. Anything special you're doing?
Nope, we're having a marshal. I'm going in.
Okay. She clearly finds her footing this time with an 11, 26, and 27.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, 2 of them get through without me being able to do anything.
Okay. That does 9 points. Or sorry, I'll give you the full total. That okay? Or you want split up?
Full total is fine. It'll be the same.
Okay. It will be 17 points of piercing damage and 17, 17 points of acid damage. And your 2 attacks from inside her clawed grip as she sort of, once she has impaled you, she starts to rend her arms up and out and try to split you open. And without a lot of force to it, you are able then to drive your great axe into her legs and take her down to the ground. One more round.
Yep. Let's do this.
Oh, see. Both of those will hit. And she rolled a natural 1 and a 27 to hit.
Okay, so yeah. Nat 1, I block it. She's got too many fucking arms. I only got 2 for the moment.
10 points of piercing, 8 points of acid. And as the fight ends and you breathe, like feeling the burning through your
Mm.
back, you straighten up and try to roll some of your own blood through the wounds. And as you look towards the forest and away from the cliff's ledge, you see a woman with blue hair down to her waist and rippling blue layers of fabric slowly applauding you from the tree line.
Huh. I'll look over at my friend. Is if she fell down, I will like I know it's kind of hard to get her back to her feet because of the quadrupedalness, but I will try to like help lift her back to her feet if I knocked her down there.
Okay. She uses her javelins, impaling them into the dirt to stilt herself up, but uses you to lift herself to
Yeah, I
walking.
ditch the sword for a second and throw like both hands in as I realize one arm isn't gonna work because she's used to using too many.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. You fought well. Congratulations.
I will smile back and say, "You were. I mean, I, I don't think I've seen a lot of things that fight with multiple arms. None of them hurt me as much as fast as you did."
You see that her head turns to you and you feel like you're making eye contact with something that's trying to
Yeah,
make eye contact with everything, but you feel that like personal. I hope to make my lord proud one day.
I nod and say, "I, I'm not sure that. Well, this isn't the right time to offer, I suppose, any form of future aid. So perhaps for the moment, I like nod and reach out to shake her hand.
Uh, she will shake your hand.
And as I do, I just say, a good duel fought then.
Yes.
Do you know her? Point to the blue-haired lady.
uh, the woman in the trees, actually steps forward and extends her hand, palm down. She is clearly expecting you to bow.
I yeah, just use my fastest reaction time to bow as I realize like, oh shit, I'm politically outmanned here. I don't know what's going on.
All right, give me just a second. I closed. Here we go. I am Lady Sor. I am the lady. Oh my god, please let me read this. The font folded on me. I am Lady Soraminx. I am on envoy with the River Court. I find myself here with some frequency, and I appreciate good entertainment.
I will bow deeper and I will say, I'm glad me and my dual mate here could be of service in that regard then.
Should either of you need fairer company than maybe offered at the Longhouse, I believe we may find accommodations within the arcade for someone as ill as yourself.
I blink and the head swivels like almost imperceptibly towards my new friend.
You can hear the angry chittering she was doing with Finny is not being suppressed as she's standing like over you.
Mm-hmm. At the moment, I fear I must um, refuse your kind offer. But if I change my mind, where is it I should be meeting you or my
She
companion
she
here?
lets you know that you can be brought to the tea house if you so choose.
I will nod, stay bowed. I feel like I'm just gonna look at the ground because it feels appropriate to let let the royalty like walk away without being seen.
You don't hear anything for a bit before Yakragrak says, "She's fucking gone now."
Oh, okay, good. I mean, audience from somebody important works for both of us, right?
Helps you.
I mean, you fought well too, though, so at the very least, your name is known. Not name with a capital. You know what I mean.
She gives a little buggy nod.
All right. So I didn't want to use it on the way here because I thought it might. Well, I needed to. I'd smile. Reserve all resources possible. But would you prefer to be invisible or to fly back?
Light. You see like her limbs kind of flutter.
Oh, you can naturally fly? I was gonna make us both fly.
Yes. She seems enthusiastic that you could cast that spell on her.
Yeah, I cast fly on both of us. I was like, okay, my idea is just like flitter from through the treetops, right? We don't go over the tree because that feels like a good way to get spotted. But staying just below the tree level, we should be good.
All right. I won't make you roll for your return trip. You're able to get in. You probably
So
see
she,
like
yeah, how's
Finney's.
she doing? How's she doing with the fly? Because she's got wings, but she made it sound like she's super enthusiastic about
She is.
magical flight.
She doesn't explain anything, but she is shockingly responsible for the amount of enthusiasm you feel like she has.
Uh-huh. I feel like enthusiasm on a bug is just a lot of twitching.
Yeah.
A lot of like head jerking, like excited, like unnatural sort of torques. Okay.
All
Yeah. Do
right.
we see Finny on the way back, or is Finny still filibustering?
Finny and her congregate are currently
Yeah.
Just sitting in the center
Yeah.
here, just like showing mushrooms just out of her collection. She has several of like the like sacks and pouches and stuff that hang from her belt, just kind of like open in little like piles of dirt with little flowers and mushrooms growing out of them, and she's explaining to whoever's listening, really.
When you walk in, Haza, with the peril of your duel and your success, you see not only amongst the pixies and dryads and fey types like Eladrin who are like interested in Finny, like not only those folks, you're seeing interesting fae you had not seen before. Folks who have a little bit more like animalist features or slightly more insectoid, but not as bold as the crawling knight. Um, uh,
I think
you
I'll take the opportunity then to like kind of sit in the audience of Finney's little presentation, but
yeah
also just gives me a second to like calibrate to the sudden influx of twice or thrice as many people sitting around and
yeah
walking around.
yeah.
It's a
You
little
you
panic
even
inducing.
catch the lady Sora Minx and someone on her arm who is wearing armor covered in barnacles. Sort of not in this group, but kind of walking through it and being amused at the people who are entertained.
Hmm. But yeah, that's Haza for the next however long Finney continues this. Starts by
Yeah,
like
it's
watching the crowd and watching the people, and over time does get drawn into Finney's presentation.
There's shit to
yeah.
learn.
I think as Haza's starting to get like drawn in, she'll probably realize that Haza's there at all and go, "Oh, Haza, you're back. How did it go?" Also, I didn't know there were so many people.
We had a splendid time together, frolicking through the meadows.
Splendid.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, you should have told me it was crowded. I feel like I've ran over a couple of these people. She sort of gestures towards the crowd.
Oh, I haven't uh been able to see. Hello, everyone. Most of them uh until recently.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of nice that a crowd started forming because I don't think I would have handled it if I just poof saw everyone at once. Uh,
I stand up, wave to everybody, sit back down, and go. I think Finny that they're here to listen to you talk about uh you know, I guess it wouldn't be horticulture, but whatever the version of that is for mushrooms.
yeah, and Finny will just continue to do that and to merry make with the folks around her until they disperse and get interested in other things.
Hell yeah. I was hoping to do more duels tonight, but I want to give all of them the love and attention they deserve. So I want to save the other ones we have for next session. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good with backseating for a bit.
Okay. All right. So we'll call session there, and I'll put in my notes that we're doing Inks and Godric
Godric.
next.
Hell
Also,
yeah.